live. For those of you that don't know me already, I'm Shay Murray, one of the naturopaths here at the Lucy Rose Clinic. And this week's topic we're going to dive into, is your thyroid under attack? Making sense of Hashimoto's symptoms. So if you're tuning in live or catching the replay, thank you for coming. This is an important conversation, especially for women aged between 35 and 55 who might be silently struggling with low energy, weight gain, mood swings and brain fog, and not knowing that their thyroid could actually be the culprit. Today's session is designed to be clear, reassuring and practical. I'll also touch briefly on the end something a little special and historical. I'm here today at the Chelsea Physic Garden here in London, standing on the edge of the medicinal plant garden. And this is a place that's really close to my heart as a naturopath and a herbalist. So let's begin. What is Hashimoto's thyroiditis? So Hashimoto's is an autoimmune condition. Your immune system, which is meant to protect you, begins attacking your thyroid gland. So the thyroid, it's a butterfly-shaped gland in the neck. It controls your metabolism, your energy, your mood, digestion, temperature regulation, and all of your hormones. When the thyroid is under attack, it can lead to hypothyroidism or an underactive thyroid, even if your blood tests still look normal. Hashimoto's is the most common cause of hypothyroidism in the developed world, and it's especially common in women, often triggered by stress, pregnancy, nutrient deficiencies, or infections. So, recognizing symptoms. Common symptoms include fatigue, the kind that a good night's sleep just doesn't fix, weight gain or trouble losing weight, constipation, cold hands and feet, brain fog or memory lapses, depression or anxiety, hair thinning or dry skin, menstrual irregularities, and feeling puffy or swollen. Now, these symptoms are often dismissed as just getting older or normal mum fatigue or it's stress, but if they persist, they deserve investigation, especially if you've had your thyroid tested and been told that everything looks normal, but you still don't feel right. So the standard test, TSH, may not show the full picture. For Hashimoto's, we also need to look at thyroid antibodies, free T3 and T4, and reverse T3, because often the body is blocking the thyroid hormones from working effectively due to stress or inflammation. So what causes Hashimoto's? Hashimoto's is multifactorial, meaning there are often several triggers. Genetics, so family history of thyroid disease or autoimmune disease. Stress, chronic stress raises cortisol, which suppresses immune regulation and affects thyroid hormone conversion. Gut health, so the immune system lives in the gut, and conditions like leaky gut, food sensitivities, especially gluten and dairy, and low stomach acid can be big drivers. So nutrient deficiencies, especially iodine, selenium, zinc, iron, vitamin D and B12, and environmental toxins such as plastics, pesticides, and even halides like fluoride or bromide can interfere with thyroid function. You can also have post-viral Hashimoto's, especially if symptoms appear after a viral illness like COVID or Epstein-Barr. So what can you do naturopathically to support your thyroid and immune system? Well, some evidence-based steps we take in clinic. There's some background noise I didn't factor in. Test thoroughly. Always test antibodies, free hormones, nutrients and inflammation markers. Remove triggers such as gluten or dairy. They're often particularly problematic in Hashimoto's. Gluten especially. Gut healing. Include food and herbs that support the gut lining. So zinc, glutamine and fermented foods if tolerated. Support conversion. So nutrients like selenium and zinc help convert and activate thyroid hormones. Balance your blood sugar. Protein at every meal, no skipping breakfast. Those of you that know me know that this is something I always champion. Low blood sugar can mimic thyroid symptoms and stress the body further. Lower inflammation, omega-3s, turmeric, herbal blends, and sometimes tailored supplements. Adrenal support, rhodiola, nervines like lemon balm, chamomile, of which there's a huge patch somewhere behind me here, help regulate the stress response and lower reverse T3. And gentle movement, walking, yoga, Pilates, not exhausting cardio when adrenals attack. taxed. So we don't just treat the thyroid here, we support the whole system. So if you're newly diagnosed or you suspect you might have a thyroid condition or Hashimoto's, please know that this is not the end of your vitality. There's always a way through. With the right testing, dietary and lifestyle adjustments, targeted nutrients, and especially personalized support, your energy, mood, sleep, and metabolism can improve. Progress may not be overnight, but many women experience noticeable improvement in as little as 3 months with the right support. You are your own best advocate. If you know something's not right, keep asking questions. So the Chelsea Physic Garden, which is all around us here, was founded in the 1600s by the Worshipful Society of Apothecaries. What a fantastic brand name. It was created as a space to grow medicinal plants and train apothecaries in their use. It's one of the oldest botanical gardens in Britain and has an extraordinary history, and it's beautiful. From early herbal traditions to influencing plant medicine across the world, it reminds us that healing through plants and natural principles, it's not new. It's time-tested and deeply rooted in tradition. We honour that legacy every time we turn to herbs, nutrition and nature to support healing. So, thank you so much for being here today. If you want to know more, if you want to have a confidential, informational conversation with a Lucy Rose representative, just scan the QR code and feel free to book in for a complimentary 15-minute consult. Other than that, thanks for joining me, and I will see you next week.